The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your defending American League East champion, Toronto Blue Jays.
Quickly now, we'll look at the two men with a lot on their shoulders. Our two starters here in this wild card matchup. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. Steve, what has to happen if they want to survive the wild card game and move on?
Well, I think you need to take advantage of balls up in the zone, and you could probably say that almost every day, but this is a great hitter's park. You get something to drive, they end up in the seats here.
Charlie Blackmon heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Charlie Blackmon.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1.
7:05.
Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Game time temperature here an even 60 degrees. One pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike two. Feller's ready, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll reach first safely.
That's a tough way to start a ball game on the mound. He makes a good pitch. He gets himself a ground ball, but it's in a spot where they can't make a play on it.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now a bunt attempt here. And the throw will come to first, so the sacrifice works as planned.
Well, I think this is going to wind up working pretty much like a sacrifice, but I don't think that's what he had in mind. This wasn't a show early and make sure you get it down kind of a bunt. He was trying to beat that one out, but a good throw is going to take care of him.
Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number 2. Anthony Rizzo steps up to the plate with a great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
And you know, you hear it all the time, but scoring first really is a big deal in this game. Statistically, your chance of winning the game goes up quite a bit when you score first, so this is a big opportunity right now.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Odor has it. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. So they get a man to second here in the top half, but he's stranded there. A moment here in Toronto for a look at John Gibbons' starting 9. What's important for this lineup as they look to earn a berth into the division series, Psycho?
Well, they're facing a guy today that throws a lot of strikes, so you're going to have to be aggressive early in the count, but get the ball up in the zone. Shorten up a little bit, put the ball in play.
Andre Dawson comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. 1-1. Here it comes. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
And this figures to be a very nerve-wracking game. I mean, both of these teams have played hard for 162 games, and now everything rides on just one game. One error, one wild pitch, one double play could be the difference between moving on or going home.
Will Clark is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
Well, Ferg, as he's known amongst baseball people, really does call a good game back there. He might reward a pitcher for a good location every once in a while, but most of his calls, they seem to be spot on.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. And he takes strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts here to open the home first, 2 away.
Batting third,
Ted Williams gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouch, man.
Well, with 2 outs and nobody on, the best way to make a team pay for hitting it is to come around and score. Let's see what they can do.
First pitch of the at-bat. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. And low, it's a ball and a strike.
He is definitely not a guy that's going to back down out there. Right after the hit by pitch, he comes right back inside with another heater. Kind of shows you what he's made of.
Throw in time, and the side is retired. And inning in the books tonight, still scoreless here on the show. Al Kaline makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
Al Kaline.
Feller sets his sights. First pitch on its way. Into the seats, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
You know, the big key to throw on the slider is knowing when to throw it for a strike and then when to try to get a guy to chase out of the zone. Once he gets ahead out there, you know he loves to get you to chase.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Dawson's there. And that's the first out of the inning.
Oh, you can definitely feel and tell that it's October out there. There's a little bit of moisture in the air. Here, this ball sounded pretty good off the bat, and you wonder if it would have been a different story if it was mid-July out there.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second. Johnny Bench into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard back up the middle, and that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
Batting 8.
Christian Yelich set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
First pitch on its way. Line toward right center. In there, a base hit.
And just when you thought this inning was about over, back-to-back hits on back-to-back pitches. You can't let your guard down even for a second against these guys.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. 0-2 now as Crawford comes up empty on that one.
So important here to pick up the first run of the game from scoring position. I guess that's true in any game, but especially in the wild card game. Everything here is just going to get magnified 10 times over. And you've got to make these opportunities count.
No score here as we play inning number 2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Ernie Banks will lead things off here as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 due up to start the home second. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. And this misses as well, so it goes to 2-0 now on the Jays shortstop.
Well, not close on either of these first 2 pitches. He's going to have to find the release point quick before he loses the leadoff guy.
3-0 now. Swinging away, and now the count will be 3-1. And the count will be full. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. That's popped up out towards short right field. Carpenter is there for it. 1 out.
Batting 6.
Wow, that's got to be a frustrating at-bat right there because you feel like you're all over a pitch, and then maybe your mechanics break down just a little bit. You get underneath it, and it just becomes a harmless pop-up.
Hit on the ground to short. Crawford fields it cleanly. On to first, and Scherzer's on a roll now, 2 away.
Batting 7. Third baseman, Evan Longoria.
Evan Longoria gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Chopped weakly to the left. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. We'll move to the third with no score. Charlie Blackmon is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
With some guys, it doesn't matter if it's 0-2 or 2-0. They take the same approach either way. Well, this right here is one of those guys, and he comes through from being down in the count.
Runners off for second. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Feller pauses. Here's the 0-1. Bunt attempt misses. The throw down. Not in time as he steals second.
Boy, I think he's pretty lucky to get in there safely on this play. It's a decent jump, but I think a good throw might nail him down there. Instead, you see it's wide of the mark, off to the shortstop side of the base, and he's able to beat that tag to get in safely.
Here's the 0-2. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2. Liner toward right center. And that's in there. Base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score. Throw won't get him.
Well, he'd been doing a really good job of working corner to corner, but this is one of the first pitches we've seen that kind of found the middle of the plate, and it's going to cost him a run as this will wind up being an RBI double.
He's set. Here it comes. Breaking ball that's cut on and missed for the first strike.
Oh, it's so important to be able to strike first in a postseason game. Get that first run in, especially when you're the team playing on the road. Hopefully you can take a little life out of this big crowd.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ooh, jumped the gun a bit on that swing, and he's down 1-2.
And now what do you go with here on the 1-2 count? I got a feeling that this one won't be in the strike zone either.
Chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. And he's bunting with 2 strikes, but can't connect, so a real wasted at-bat there. Anthony Rizzo stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
Anthony Rizzo.
Ripped on the ground to first. And he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base. A block at the plate, and he's out trying to score. It's a double play. Rougned Odor digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Rougned Odor.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Now it's swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
And this is why, as a hitter, working the count in your favor is so important. I mean, here, this is probably a ball, but you can't risk taking this pitch on 1-2 and hope that you get the benefit of the umpire's call. You pretty much have to swing at it, even though you probably wouldn't have been able to do much with it in the first place.
Called strike 0-2.
And I'll tell you, being in a 2-strike hole is not the spot you want to be in against a guy like this.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Boy, he just dominated that at-bat right there. You want to see a power pitcher go right through a guy? This is a 3-pitch see you later right here. Have a seat.
Standing in now, Andre Dawson. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
1-1.
Here's the pitch. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. 2 out, nobody on. And that misses 2-2.
Yeah, that's a great pitch on 1-2. You started in the zone, and hopefully you'll get that guy thinking he needs to protect. It turned out to be a good take.
And this is knocked down over there. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely. Will Clark will get a shot here with 2 away and a runner at first now following the base hit.
That 2-out single seemed harmless enough, but anytime you extend the inning to allow this guy to get a shot with a runner on, you better be careful.
Oh, and he can't reel it in out there. Ted Williams stands in with 2 on and 2 out here in the third.
And you know, some guys just get better with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. This is a big at-bat for him right here, even though it's still early.
And here's ball 4 on the intentional pass, as that'll now load the bases here and set up the force at the plate. So striding in, Carlos Gonzalez, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Throw on to first is in time, and the Toronto rally goes for naught as the inning is over. A golden opportunity. Al Kaline is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
The right fielder, number 6, Al Kaline.
Oh, he looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there as this is cut on and missed for strike 1.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
Boy, he comes back with a beautiful pitch there, and he's dominating this at-bat. It's 0-2 now. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Feller into his motion. 0-2 pitch on its way. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Pretty evident here that they weren't going to give this guy anything to pull in this at-bat. I mean, the guy has such quick hands through the pitch inside. But you're going to see that all 4 of these pitches on the outer half of the plate, and he just can't adjust to any of them.
Here's Matt Carpenter, as he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. Throw gets him, 2 down.
The catcher, number 5.
Striding into the box, Johnny Bench. He reached on a single in his first try. Into the windup and the pitch. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1.
Boy, we've seen a lot of guys be late on that fastball tonight, and I think that all comes from being a little over-aggressive.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Calling for it, Gonzalez. And that retires the side. Ernie Banks is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone, and it's probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
And he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first out. So with that, let's call on the guys in the graphics department to put up the pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters. And whoa, look at that for a top speed. 98 miles an hour. That man is flat dealing. Michael Saunders comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Not the greatest at-bat thus far as he misses that pitch in the dirt and falls behind 0-2 now.
You talk about tying a guy up. My goodness.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the game for Toronto. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
And I'll tell you what, he's throwing with a lot of confidence right now. And he's also taking some chances with location, but he's thinking he's bulletproof out there, and so far he has been.
Evan Longoria will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. And he will reach up to make the catch. Oh, what a play that time as that ball had extra bases written all over it. But with that catch, the inning is over. Christian Yelich heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Left fielder, Christian Yelich.
Drilled to first. Gloved by Clark. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
The batter, number 35, shortstop.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And stepping in, the slick fielding shortstop, Brandon Crawford. Feller gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. Hard hit ball to second. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
A Up next for the game.
Charlie Blackmon digs in. He reached on a single and would later wind up scoring in his last at-bat. Chopped foul right at home plate. 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error on the Yankee line score so far. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. A bare-handed pickup.
Well, you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
In the dirt, but swung on and missed. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Rougned Odor will stand in to lead things off here, and his guys have been unable to get anything going to this point.
Yeah, and you think so many times in the postseason, we see starting pitching really come to the forefront, and this guy's been every bit as good as advertised so far.
Tap fouled at home plate. Here it comes on 1-1. Taken high and deep to right. Looking up his K-line. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo shot here to straightaway right field, as the Blue Jays are even now at 1 run apiece.
About the only silver lining to this one from a defensive point of view is it came with the bases empty leading off an inning. You can survive it when this guy's hitting solo shots. If he's doing this with 2 or 3 men on base, then things can really get out of hand in a hurry.
Evan Gattis now standing in, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike. And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now 1-2.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Oh, and here's one hit high and deep to left field, and they're going to wind up with back-to-back shots here as this ball is long gone. It's a solo home run for Evan Gattis, as Toronto has taken a 2-1 lead. Andre Dawson started to go around, but it's a called strike, 0-1. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count, 0-2.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
A big uppercut there as he popped this straight up. And catch made there by Chipper, 1 away.
Well, usually when you get guys to pop up, means that you've got them off balance, and he's been able to mix things up all night long.
Will Clark is in for the 3rd time as he looks at a ball high. It's 1-0. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. To 2-2 now.
2 strikes.
A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Trying to strike him out for the 2nd time. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Well, when you have a guy 2-2, you can throw something out of the zone, try and get him to chase, but when it's that far below the strike zone, it becomes a lot easier to lay off.
Right over the top here with the 4-seam fastball. Good drive through the release. Just threw it right by him at the letters.
Into the box now, Ted Williams. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. sent on the ground out to second. Taken in by Carpenter. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired.